Hello everybody and welcome to Sport and Journey. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to do a quick relegation battle video, if that's what you call it, because um, I watched the Leeds United game against Forest yesterday, last night, and Leeds United dominated Forest. To be honest, Forest, they played a young 19-year-old kid called Abbott, who got absolutely rinsed by Goodwinson down Leeds' left side. They couldn't cope with him. Dominguez tried to have a go, but he would know better against him. And I thought the tactics from Sean Dyche for Nottingham Forest were poor. It was just long ball, get it up front, long ball, get it up top. You know what I mean? There weren't any periods in that game where apart from first 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, where Forest got about 5 corners or something in first 10 minutes. But after that, it were all Leeds, and Sean Dyche didn't have any answers. He really didn't. He had no answers whatsoever, and I think Nottingham Forest are bad in trouble for going down. So, you know, who will join, in my opinion, it'll be Burnley and Wolves. So I think West Ham will survive by the skin of the teeth, because I think Forest they've just got nothing about them at the moment. It's they're poor, and Sean Dyche just, I don't think he's the right man for Forest. I really don't. I just don't think he is. But that's my personal views. You're entitled to think differently, and I respect that 100%. But let's have a quick look at the table, shall we? While we're talking. So, Wolves currently sit in 20th on 8 points. Burnley sit in 19th on 15 points. West Ham sit on in 18th on 20 points. Nottingham Forest sit in 17th on 26 points, but West Ham have got their game today against Burnley at Turf Moor. Leeds have jumped up to 29 points to join Crystal Palace and Tottenham. So it looks like Leeds are pretty much safe now with you, in my honest opinion. Let's just have a look at Wolves' fixtures, shall we? Home tie against Chelsea. I expect Chelsea to win that game. Away to Forest. Now, Forest want to survive. They've got to win this game. They've got to go to. They've got to beat Wolves on their own patch. Then have got a difficult home tie against Arsenal. Then they play Crystal Palace, who you'd fancy Crystal Palace in that game, and then Aston Villa wraps up your February fixtures at home. I don't expect them to get anything from that. So I think it's safe to say that Wolves are going to go down. Burnley, who were 19th in table, they've got a home tie against West Ham United. Now this is a big game for both clubs, in particular West Ham. West Ham want to capitalise on Nottingham Forest losing and bringing that gap down to 3 points. They have to get a win against Burnley. That is a must-win for West Ham. Then they've got Burnley have got a trip away to Palace. I think that again. I think that's going to be tough. I think Palace will just get a win out of that. Then that should make Palace virtually safe come end of the season. I'm not including the FA Cup against Mansfield at home. Then I've got a difficult trip away to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win that game. And then followed it off in the final game in February. They've got a home tie against Brentford. Brentford are doing really, really well. Really shocked with this season. Keith Andrews is doing a great job at Brentford. Thiago looks like a really good player. And I expect Brentford to beat Burnley, so that'll keep Burnley right down there, where they are, about 19th. Moving on to West Ham United. Away to Burnley, you'd expect West Ham to get a result when you're against Burnley. They have to get a result. Then they're at home against an informer Man United. But who knows? West Ham, if they get this win, that'll be 4 games in a row where they've won, including the FA Cup game. But they'll gain a lot of confidence going into that game if they beat Burnley. FA Cup game against Burton, and then they're at home to Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth are a tricky side, aren't they? Areola, I love that manager. He's fantastic, really is. Working wonders with the squad what he's got. That's going to be a tough game against Bournemouth, and then last game of February for West Ham is Liverpool at Anfield. I think West Ham might lose that, but as long as they pick up a win today, close that gap to Nottingham Forest to 3 points. I think that'll put pressure on Nottingham Forest. So let's go to Nottingham Forest. Speaking about them, they're still involved in the Europa League. They've got Fenerbahce coming up, but in the Premier League, their next phase, they've got one game in February, and that is Liverpool at the City Ground. That's going to be a really tough game. I fully expect Liverpool to win that game, so West Ham have got a brilliant opportunity if they can pick some up against Man United as well as Burnley. They'll be level on points with them come end of February. Then it's game on. Who we've got next? Let's have a look. Right, Burnley done that one. Let's go with Leeds United. Leeds United have got a difficult run of fixtures now. Chelsea, Stamford Bridge. I know they've got a good win against Chelsea at home, but this is I think since Rossini went there, Chelsea are unbeaten. Premier League, so we'll have to see what happens. But I think Chelsea will win that game. Then I've got Aston Villa away at Villa Park. Really difficult game for Leeds United. Unai Emery, really good manager, has to be top 3 managers of Premier League. He has to be. Then we've got a difficult trip to Manchester City. At Ellen Road, we've got a difficult game, so it's going to be an interesting February. Leeds United might struggle in his next 3 games. Leeds United could, in theory, lose all 3 games, but we've seen this before where Leeds United were expected to lose against the teams like Chelsea and Man City just before Christmas in that difficult run, and Leeds got points out of both. So it's I think Leeds United is all but safe. Let's finally finish with Nottingham with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have got Burnley on Wednesday. Sorry guys. Crystal Palace play Brighton away today. That's going to be a really difficult game for Palace. Brighton at home are a strong side, and Brighton could possibly win that game. But then Crystal Palace have got a known tie against Burnley. You expect Crystal Palace to win that game. They're still in the Europa Conference League against Zrinski Mosa. Let's not worry about that game for now. Then they've got on the 22nd of February. They've got a home tie against Wolves. You'd expect Crystal Palace to win that game. And then they've got the second leg of the conference, and then they face Manchester United away, difficult game, and then Tottenham away. So, and that's in March. So they've got some difficult fixtures, really, really difficult fixtures coming up, guys. And so let's go back to this screen. So yeah, that's why I tip Forest, Burnley, and Nottingham Forest to get relegated. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and get, as we go on, I'm sure we'll get better at this. Maybe, you know, eventually do some live shows with Lee. I think Lee's wanting to do some live shows. It's just hard at the moment, you know, being a family living at home, and the missus not well. It's not that easy to just commit to live shows. That's why we do all recordings at the moment. But you know, we'll see what we can do. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, we've really just started out not that long ago. This is just a bit of fun for me and my son. You know, we want to be different to other YouTubers. We want to be ourselves, and I think so far so good. Anyway, let us know in the comment section down below, guys. Who do you think the 3 teams are going to get relegated? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Get your comments in, and I will promise you I will read them and I will reply to them. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Sporting Journey. Until next time, guys, have a great day. See you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.